I don't want fans to lose hope because I think Peneloise is such an important part of Bridgerton. I don't, just don't lose hope. They have known each other since they were children, and you make it yourself. They can make that choice, can't they? Whether it becomes something that's a negative thing or something that can help them grow and become better. Ultimately, I think it's a good thing because they both get to learn who they are a bit more. I think Eloise needs to sort of streamline all of these thoughts that she has and all of these ambitions. You know, she's got a very clear idea of her desire for complete autonomy and to sort of unsubscribe from this institution of marriage or whatever, this idea of the importance of love and romance. And so maybe she does need that time to sort of streamline these views and really find out what she wants to fight for. And sometimes you kind of got to do that alone.
Now you have your life, and I have mine.
With Cressida? Are you really friends with her?
I wish you very well, Penelope.
From Eloise's, I'm going to quote her, she says, Cressida showed me kindness in summer when no one else would. So I think it sort of came to Eloise, and yeah, she didn't have her best friend and she'd lost this relationship situation thing with Theo, the printer. And
I think Cressida picked her.
Yeah.
I want that. Come on.
And bear in mind, yeah, it's like she was showing kindness. And sometimes I think when we feel like unenchanted and we don't feel heard or listened to or left alone, you might end up going down an unusual path, maybe, because you don't really have those same like columns around you that you did at another point. So if Cressida's being kind, I think Eloise is going to take it at face value, and she sort of feels like she wants to join the winning side, as she puts it, and see what all the fuss is about with this marriage mart and all these balls and stuff like that. The winning side, yeah.
Because I've been married many times.
Such a champion. Yeah.
Let us think only of ourselves. We are far more interesting.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Cressida, find someone to really engage with and communicate with, and someone who gives her that time and that energy and care. I mean, Eloise is showing her love, you know, in the sense of a friendship love, and she needs that. You know, like, she really needs a hug, and she needs someone to give her some kindness desperately. So yeah, she definitely has a strong connection, and yeah, it's real. And she challenges her. Eloise challenges her. She doesn't let her get away with stuff. She calls her up when she doesn't necessarily behave very kindly to others, and awakens her to her behavior, actually, which I think she is a lot of the time quite blinded to her own nature, I think. And she's learnt that from her parents, from her mother. You know, nature and nurture, I think, is kind of represented in her very solidly. And she's having a mirror that's shown up to her in like a very cool way.
We're not all so lucky to have the support of our families as you do. Marrying may be my only way of feeling such support.
I think what we will see is that the pressure, the situation she finds herself in to come and currently is so suffocating and so caging that she really doesn't have a lot of opportunities and different roads to take. And so she has to do what she has to do because it's the only way to survive. So she's in survival mode, which is sad, really sad.
You may think me harsh, Cressida, but if you knew the ways your father is trying to put me under his thumb, we may have to wear these very dresses a second time this season.
John is a genius, and I feel like every costume fitting I had, everything I put on, it was like, this is my favorite one now, and then the next one was my favorite one. So it's hard to choose. I think my favorite is still yet to be seen. It's in the second half, and I would quite honestly be happy enough to die in that dress. I think I even cried in my fitting. They're made to fit you, you know, so it's emotional to put those outfits on that fit you so perfectly and look in a way that you've never imagined you'd ever look. They give you the character, so much of it, I feel. And yeah, this year was extra. Yeah, it's amazing.
Thankfully, I do not have much competition this season. Aside from Francesca, who stirred a good deal of interest, I suppose.
I did everything I possibly could. Yeah, I read the books, and obviously we had the scripts and piano lessons and like dialect lessons and everything. But then, yeah, this lot were really welcoming, and a lot of it as well is down to like the sibling dynamics and everything. So I watched everybody a lot and learned a lot from everybody else, and there's kind of like a rhythm and a dynamic to the speech and how everybody interacts that I just had to kind of pick up on as quickly as possible. But yeah, I guess they welcomed me, so they kind of like pulled me in. I didn't have to force my way.
To be fair, we didn't need to do much. She was we're very lucky to have Hannah join us this season, and she slot in like she'd been there forever, and it was.
Our arms were like, come to us all.
It's been a pleasure to have Hannah. I'm really excited for everybody to get to see just how beautiful a job she's done.
Sparkling, one might say.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, especially for Violet as well. She's having to, Francesca's not doing anything wrong, so I think Violet's having to adapt how she normally sort of parents her child, because she wants them to go to these balls, and she's not been as challenging as maybe like Eloise was with her season, but at the same time I think Violet really has an idea of what love looks like, and she wants to make sure that like her daughter experiences that. So yeah, there's definitely more to come in part 2. I think having the influence of your family as well as what you want, as well as then the added pressure of what the Queen wants. There's a lot going on for her, especially for an introvert. Especially for her first season as well. Especially for my first season.
Just as you think you're starting to comprehend the melody, the song is over. A song like this would be far sweeter if it were played in 3/4, so one could in fact feel the music.
That is helpful.
She communicates through music, and music kind of can communicate how she's feeling as well. I don't think she's necessarily brave enough yet to speak of her feelings and what it is that she wants, but I think music kind of does that, and it's those moments alone as well where she feels the most confident and comfortable. But it is her everything, I think. And I think if you are a musician, or whether you are passionate about anything to the extent that like Francesca is, it does become your everything if you're going to be that gifted at something like that. She needed some help because I am not gifted at the piano, but
You did very well.
yeah, it definitely.
Yeah, it's more like a say than me.
But it definitely helped. The lessons and everything definitely helped me understand who she was a little bit more.
You do realise what tune she was playing just now, don't you? Mozart's Funeral March.
Oh, God.
For Francesca, I think of a cover of Iris by Goo Goo Dolls, or Another Love, Tom Odell. I'm like trying to go through that playlist in my head.
I'd love to see a Whitney Houston. Have we got
that
one?
would be cool.
But like dance with somebody,
I love that song.
or I Will Always Love You.
because they've done like Madonna and everything. Yeah.
Let's get Whitney.
I think of Whitney's a great.
Yeah. You were talking about ABBA earlier as well.
Well, ABBA's just like classic party tune. Like Dancing Queen is an unbelievable song.
Dancing Queen would be great.
It would be
cover.
great.
Voulez-vous. Can you imagine Jack choreographing to that?
He'd have the time of
He would
his
have the
life.
time of his life.
That was good.
Yeah.